that's a good segue. So we have started two companies. One is called Invest, spelled with two V's. It stands for Invest in Virtual, which means energy everywhere, both utility scale to small scale and energy access issues. So invest in virtual energy that's sustainable through collaborative teams. We had, just like Eric, you had an hypothesis. After about 2 years of intense research and meeting a lot of people, I felt like tearing out my hair, which I think I did. But the bottom line was, our hypothesis became, whichever nation that leads the energy transition will dominate the rest of this century. And we truly believe that. So Invest had 3 or 4 key outcomes. We started top down on an overall strategy, and then I'll talk about the next company which we are looking at, Ground Zero approach. So the first thing that we had started discussions with was with Suresh Prabhu. Many of you will know that Suresh Prabhu was the Energy Minister of India under the BJP government, and he is now the main coordinator for coming up with an integrated energy plan for India. We made 2 comments. India, as you know, made this tourism concept of Incredible India that started coming out everywhere, including technology companies. So one of the things I told Suresh is, when it comes to energy and infrastructure, it's time India cuts out in from the incredible and become a credible India. Because that's critically important as I sit across US entities and Indian entities that are trying to come up with negotiations and meetings, because we don't have a meeting of minds, and that needs to be settled. There are very specific issues we can bring it up, and that's going to be a later topic. The second thing we talked about was, we had a very interesting discussion when Nitin Noria, who is the Harvard Business Dean, invited us to talk about this very topic. And that topic of that was, will China become the dominant society in the world, or do we have a chance for a balanced society? And the subset to that was energy transition was going to be between US and India partnership can make that balance, and I think that's very important. That led to many of the discussions you talked about, to a second company creation this year. We call it CASE Bharat. CASE stands for Catalyst for Accelerating Sustainable Energy, and Bharat, everybody knows that is the name for India by Indians. The focus there is ground zero deployment in specific areas, and one area we are specifically focused on is energy access, rural issues, where the key challenge here from technology side is, everybody knows that there is a challenge of coming up with efficient technologies that are already there, but it's not there in the scale we need, which is in the 50 kilowatt to 250 kilowatt range. That is a huge opportunity for working together. And many people know that US and India is already working with PACE-R and PACE-D. We have talked about that we really need to focus on applied development that can go to scaling in these specific areas, and that's one area. For example, Indrapreet Wadhwa talked about, if he is given a gigawatt, he can bring it down to 9 cents. The question is, can we do 250 kilowatts times 10,000 energy access issues, and can that still bring down to 9 cents? So there are very specific initiatives we can talk about, and I'll leave it to the question and answers session later.